And we're back to whatever. Let's go over to my left this time.
Hey, I'm Evan. I bail our cord with a goodly priest of Abadar, and hopefully we're gonna do the right thing.
It's a good movie.
I'm Craig. I play the human mechanic wrongdoer.
Oh no!
Bad boy of the group.
The R version of Han Solo.
Wait, can you? That's way quicker.
Yeah, it's mega crooked.
I don't know about Han. Maybe Kyle Katarn. I'll go Kyle.
Dude, whatever happened to Kyle Katarn?
He died.
Never was
Nope.
in the movie.
He's nice. He went to Space Vegas.
Okay, and so you, what are you about?
I'm Jonah. I'm not dying in space. Yes. Although as an android, I wouldn't have to fear too much of space, except for the vast loneliness. And I'm gonna, do what the boss says. And the boss says to fix something or do something. I do that. This guy now.
Okay, now it's you, Leathercoat.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Dylan, and I'm playing Lizard Murderface, Vesk Soldier, and still aspiring secretary. One day.
Okay.
I am Triple Decker Holodeck, and she is a secretary. She's the best of secretaries, and she'll never tell you her secrets.
And also makes a pilot.
That's what you want in a secretary. Someone who never gives away your secrets. That's why I fired you, Brianna. You kept telling people where I hit my soda. Okay, and I'm Lance.
My wife out of this.
Oh yeah, that's who I was going to do. Huh, I didn't fire his wife. But anyway, and I'm Lance, and that don't matter. Let's play some Starfinder. So if last we spoke, sorry, last time we played, you were able to fend off your dogged follower once more. That fiend, that cad, that lady who's trying to bring you all to, that Andrew who's trying to bring you all to justice.
Yeah, she's a bad guy.
Sure.
She blew up a dog.
Okay.
My dog.
As your wife.
Yeah, your dog. But
My
anyway.
wife's fine, I think.
Okay, but we're moving on. So yes, you all escaped her clutches once more, and when she's going back to attack you all, who's to say? You're all safely back in the ship, and you are trying, and you have made a parlay with the last remaining goblin here to repair the ship. So we're coming back straight from that. Unless there's some actions that I forgot. You're all safe. You haven't had time to rest and heal up yet, but you two have done diagnostics to repair the various thrusters and stabilizers on the ship, as well as the guns. Unsuccessful with repairing the weaponry, and for the thrusters, a short-term fix has been made. Does that all sound right to everybody?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, you can all go down and stop for a second. There you go. It was easier than, So, okay, so now that we're all caught up to date with what's going on, he does tell you one more thing. If you do want to be of assistance and also to find, that's only the data that I have. The captain, God rest her soul, she traveled into the Drift Rock along with a few of our crew members. She would know more about she would know more about the rightful ownership of this. There's certain things that There's certain information that she didn't tell us in case there was a mutiny. You can find her deeper into the rock.
Mutiny, eh?
Well, she has to cover her bases,
So, not all the crew was happy with the captain.
Well, we were happy with her, but in the event, there has been a mutiny before. Not with this current crew, but with ones in the past. As I'm sure you're aware, if you have one bad apple, you don't want it spoiling the bunch. And you don't want the spoiled bunch to come at you with guns and take all that you have and all that you've worked for. So she's got to be privy to information that I don't have.
That's a fair assumption.
I want to take a stroll over to our ship and see if it's still there.
Okay.
Is
Didn't we
it?
dock it here?
I can just use the scanners.
It is still there. It's still docked, and there is one sort of, how like when these cats, as they die, these large space dogs, they die out. They have like a slough of star stuff. You just see one of those. It's like against the door.
Of our ship?
You have your ship dead against the door of the ship.
Guess we could check in with
I look
Hank
at it.
too.
Well, we have comms, so we can just be like.
Yeah, I look at it. I pop on my comm. I don't open the door. Hank. There's something gross next to it.
Dead meat. Killed thing.
Oh no.
Killed the thing.
Did it touch you, Hank?
No.
Okay, just make sure. We already have one infected.
Infected? Question?
Not to you, Hank. That wasn't comms open. Sorry.
Well,
No,
I
was
think
just kind of
I'm
to
the only
myself.
one who knows that my soul is, if I die, it's not going to heaven. I don't think I told you.
Well,
like,
you visibly checked yourself out.
Yeah, but I don't think I said I got soul AIDS. I don't think I screamed that, but
So the government made soul aids.
So, we good? Or what's going on here?
Didn't someone else get bitten?
not. Well, he got bitten, but he didn't get infected.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get infected.
I did.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't.
Oh, okay.
You just sort of flexed and the little worms popped out of you.
They couldn't handle my.
So you just need to pop some light zits. Let me see your arm.
They're my
So,
soul.
Let me just squeeze your arms.
So we good? The voice comes over the intercom again.
Yes, Hank.
Yeah, how are the...
No, that wasn't Hank. That was.
Oh,
so
Hank
how-
doesn't sound like that, but
I'm trying to harden these voices, all right.
Yeah, so guys, what are the statuses of what's the status of the ship? Over.
not great.
Yeah, I got all the stuff, but
We really should take more
It's-
time on these.
yeah, it's gonna take a while. And it's one thing that I thought I'd put up, kind of just falls like, ah, yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Well, the longer you take, the more those dogs are gonna come back.
What?
I can only barricade myself in here for so long.
What?
there are no dogs out here.
Yeah,
afraid now.
they come back.
Oh no!
What do you mean they come back?
You know how like you're not in a place and then you go back?
Yeah.
Well, that.
So they come back to life.
Why would you
Ah.
put dogs on your ship?
I going to a tunnel.
Hank, make sure there's no dog corpses in the ship.
So, if you want, you guys can explore deeper into the rock to get your contract to tow me back to safety, so that you guys can work on your whole thing, and then I can make sure, these dogs don't come back like they've been doing.
Wait,
For a while.
Are there actual corpses?
They're like weird, like mounds of like glistening goop.
Would we be able to collect it and throw it in a room?
Or just eject it.
Or, yeah, or like just kind of sweep it out?
We have an airlock.
We can sweep it out the door.
You definitely can.
Alright, I'm gonna try to find a big broom.
Okay.
Or a space vacuum.
There's no dog-sized brooms lying around. There's regular brooms. Like, you know how back in like high schools and colleges and whatnot?
Are there any mops?
Well, like, you know how like back in like colleges and high schools and whatnot, they had that one big hallway-sized broom that was like this wide.
Oh
And
yeah.
the thing was like 2 of my arm spans long. You find a few of those just in the C3 over here. As far as any mops, there's also one of those. Well, there's also 3 of those.
What about a space vacuum cleaner? Because if it's goop, we can just.
It's common to just use the airlock for that.
I want to try
He
something.
was first.
Sorry.
No,
No, you go first.
I want to try to patch the engine further.
Okay. Give me another check.
Yeah.
This will take another 10 minutes, as there's a stirring that goes about
Yeah.
on all the corpses.
Well, Karen and I, we were
that's-
gonna try
Well,
to...
I'm sorry, another hour.
Like, Karen
It's
and
at
I,
30.
we were gonna try to get him out the airlock.
Okay, so during this time you can do that. Well, I'll say this is going on during this, but what was your thing?
Oh, I was going to see if I can sort of walk up to the corpse and use prestidigitation to clean that stuff up.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
But
doesn't work. Then, because it basically just like, blah, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to go and see what I can do. Because that's like 10 seconds to sort of walk over, go, it doesn't work. Then I'm going to try to check my my space worms to see what I can do to heal myself.
give me a life science check, and so you and Karen are trying to clean them all out, right?
Yeah.
How? Describe this place.
I mean, we're just gonna try to use the brooms. We're gonna try to, like, I don't know how much I want to touch them with my fingers, though.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we can maybe find like some buckets and like try to sweep them towards airlocks and clean it up.
Okay. You're able to clean up most of it. There are little trails of it behind, like, you know how like if you mop up, I don't know, oatmeal that you left up on the floor, there'll still be that like a little small amount until you get like a paper towel and bend down and actually scoop it up. There's like little mots of it lying about, but the bulk of them are against the airlock doors and whatnot that you corral them over to.
Alright.
And I'll use this time to try to fix the gun.
Okay.
Well, let's.
Would this be a gunnery check again, or could I just do
Send
en-
checks.
Okay, so
This is
engineering.
going on while you were doing that.
So engineering and then gunnery.
Yes.
All right, so engineering. 19
Okay.
and gunnery. I don't know what I'm adding to gunnery. Just
Piloting.
Okay. Was a 17?
Yeah.
21.
Okay, this is a lot easier. You're able to see that there are just a few connection issues with one of the guns. They have been damaged, but it's easy to fix. There's like a part of it that's wedged, and you're able to get your get whatever tools you have into there and sort of like the controls. Like think of the Millennium Falcon, how you like lift it and turn it, and there's a part of that was stuck, but you're able to de-wedge that. What had happened was during it seems like during the attack, there was a chunk of the Akata that was like left, this black moat that was left into there. You're able to pry it loose and it falls unceremoniously to the floor. It seems inert.
And the way that I kind of do that is first I'm not getting it. Like I have all the materials, I have all this stuff. I notice that the instructions, because I figured through my engineering I find like how to fix it or whatever. I just turn the thing around, like, oh, it's backwards the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, but you're able to ungunk it.
And it doesn't look like the dog gunk.
No, that's exactly what it was. Some of that got wedged into it, so it couldn't move. But it seemed like that was the only issue.
And
you were getting a jamming.
And I can do that without like touching it, right?
Yeah, we'll see if you can just get a screwdriver and set up.
Okay, because again, I don't want any goo stuff on me, because blah.
The engine. I rolled a 30 on engineering. I need to roll a gunnery or
Yes.
sorry,
Pilot.
piloting. Okay. And that's 25.
Okay, so the issue that I had with this one, there was some sort of connectivity issue that, so like how when your Wi-Fi goes out and like there's two things that aren't connecting, and then you plug in another thing next to it, like a microwave right next to it, and there's a lot going on.
So there's EM interference.
Yes, there's a lot of interference going on. But you know what? Shutting down some of the unimportant systems, and then turning back, and then resetting the stabilizers, and then turning everything else on. That does solve the issue.
Okay.
And so do you do that?
So now its efficiency is peak.
Yes, but do you do
Excellent. What?
Do you do that?
Do I do that?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't I?
I'm just asking you.
I fixed it.
Okay, great. So it's all fixed. You're getting greens across the board now. One of the systems is sort of staying at medium height.
What one?
Just the long range.
Scanners?
No, the long range communication,
Oh, okay.
like the extranet.
Okay.
You're not getting that sweet 4K.
I don't want that.
Okay.
I actually want to keep that disabled. I'm
Okay.
gonna slide. Do I need to do a sleight of hand if I'm gonna limit that?
No, you can just turn it off.
Okay, it's off.
Okay.
Right. So with my check, would that be mysticism to see what the ghost worms are doing?
It would be giving mysticism and also life
Right.
science.
So with mysticism, that would be a 15, but also with my theme knowledge of being a priest, AC is reduced by 5.
Okay, cool. So you are able to see that that the magic's in your arm is still there.
Yeah, I just want to try to see how I cure
Okay.
it. So that was mysticism, life science.
Let's see.
That's gonna be a 14.
14. And how are you, like, what solutions, like, you know how when you're looking at a problem, you have in-brain solutions already to try to
Yeah.
think of what to do? What sort of things are you thinking, what path are you going on to try to fix these things?
Well, I'm looking through my Bible. I'm praying. I'm putting I'm rubbing my credit shit on my arms where I was bitten. I'm praying feverishly.
Okay.
Lots of prayers like, oh, Abadar, please, I'll invest more in my 401k. I'll be more frugal.
You're rubbing money on yourself?
Yeah.
It helped Matt Johnson get over his AIDS. It can help him
Yeah, so I was like, oh, please, Abadar, just come on.
until he stopped.
I'll let.
Back.
Oh.
Okay. But so yes, you are able to know that Abadar does give you a shining light of inspiration, and you do know you could probably remove these things with some sort of magic, like semi-magical technological device, some banishing spell would also potentially remove it.
Okay.
But none of that is in the ship right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
But it does. But that does. If you want to write it down, but that it does tell you a sort of way of how to get rid of it.
So pray away the space worms.
Yes.
Do you have any?
And
sort of
then also
banishing spell?
physically, and then also physically remove them.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So after he gets like the information of bashing, when it comes to like the device, it's like now at Abadar Corps, we can get you a set of fixed staff for only 2,000 credits. If you're part of a Abadar Prime membership, you can get that for 18.
I mean, Palm doesn't have a commercial on it.
Yeah, listen. I know I'm a corporate seller, but I don't just have commercials coming out of my.
No, I mean
It's
like
not like every time I sweat, it's like, all right, now here's something about Squarespace, or here's something about Audible.
no, I mean like when
He gets just like, buy Ralston.
no, like when you get the inspiration to like you could get a device. Abadar's like you could also get this device. You can also buy it. Abadar.
Oh, you remember like a commercial
You're-
with Abadar? Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That was cute.
No, Abadar is directly influencing
He's
you
making
with
me watch
his
an
own
ad.
commercial.
Yeah.
It's like one print's like, after I give inspiration, it's like, all right, I will,
Before
but
I
first
give you
watch
this.
ad. It's like, all right, I guess I could save money on my car
Welcome to
insurance
mid-roll.
if I had a car. It'd be pretty useful. If I take the bus.
Good boy. All right. So, is there anything else anybody's doing for right now?
I pick up Zach's skull and reattach it to my belt.
Do misses in check?
Would it be?
I'm gonna continue rolling bad for this. 13.
There's nothing that really happens.
Can I? Oh, I want to go to the skull.
Okay.
While it's attached to her belt. And I just want to pat the skull. Saved you, buddy.
Okay. Give me misses in check.
And he did it.
Can he do it with a disadvantage? Because he's the guy that.
I mean, I've got
Yeah,
I've got a -1 on wisdom. So.
All right. What is that?
That is a. Wait, is that a
9.
6 or a 9?
It was a 9.
So that's an 8.
Okay. Same thing. There's not really much that happens. It's like petting a skull. As I'm
That's
sure
what
you've all done
that's what he
before.
expected.
I watched with satisfaction.
All right. Okay, cool. So, is there anything else anybody's doing for right now? As the goblin sort of told you all, hey, so the captain would have essentially the keys to the kingdom here. I really recommend you all checking out the Drift Rock to see if she would have any more information on her personal data log.
Can I sense motive?
You can. What did you want to do?
Oh,
I
was
want to
gonna-
know if he's trying to just get me off the ship.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna use my communication stuff to talk to Senior Spooky, or as you know him, Grelvis Nor, the Eox ambassador.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hey, Grelvis. I'm gonna patch it through my
I don't
comms
think
to
you
the
can.
ship's comms. Well, our ship's comms.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say, hey, Grelvis. So we got your thing. There's some other stuff we gotta take care of, but we got your package secured.
That's splendid. Excellent news from you.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get blown up. Bye.
Don't call me again until it's done. I'm very busy.
Bye.
Probably like playing with a train set.
And he does return. All right, bye.
It cuts to him getting like his dentist done. All right,
So
let's
I'm
fix
just giving
it.
him up. I'm just giving him an update about his package.
Okay. So yes, you've done that. You're doing sense motive. Roll for sense motive, please.
Yeah. Sense motive is a 14.
You can tell he's that's his part of the deal as well. Is just tell you more information. He seems very forthcoming and still a little bit on edge about the situation. The quickness in his voice sounds like it's coming from that.
How long has the captain been gone?
Yeah, is she scheduled to come back?
She was scheduled to come. She was scheduled to come back. She hasn't yet. I'm waiting here about 3 days.
Well, when was she supposed to be back?
4 days ago.
She was supposed to be back 4 days ago,
Yeah.
but yet she went down 3 days ago?
I'm confused. I've been here a week.
Okay.
We've been marooned for a week.
Right.
She was supposed to come back 4 days ago. She just wanted to investigate the rock.
So she left after being 3 days marooned.
Yes.
And then she's been gone for 4 days. No radio comms, no nothing.
Our comms are. No.
Yeah, she dead.
Well.
I mean, 4
Clock
days, man.
is-
I mean, unless she's being held prisoner in some sort of random alien prison, there's
Well,
no way she's alive.
This isn't the first time the captain's been gone for this long. You know, it was an away team at times. They're at
You
times.
had shadow dogs overrun your entire ship, and you expect me to expect that they're alive?
Hey, I'm just trying to be optimistic here. If you want more about her special point, if you want the contract that they gave her directly and not just what she told the crew on the log that I gave you, and if you want more history logs, she's gonna be your best bet. I'm just telling you what I know, dude.
I mean, we have all the data that they would have scanned, all the data logs. So, plus, I'm pretty sure Chester Nor would probably have the full contract.
We'll
so we
look
can give
into
it to him.
let's look into the information to see if there's 4 days worth of expeditionary work to be there. Because if there's not, I don't feel like we should be putting our resources and sending it down to this hole.
Yeah, let's. I mean, I can take a look at it, but
I mean, we've already been attacked and almost killed.
yeah, data.
In some cases, almost killed by a random person. We need to be out of this situation fairly quickly.
Yeah, let's. Listen, well, I mean, Goblin guy, your engines are back up. Should be able to tow yourself back to
You got guns, I believe, as well.
Chester Nor.
Yeah.
I'm not sending this guy back alone. Who knows what kind of crap he's going to say about us, especially after his crew gets shot.
Yeah.
Not that I had anything
That's
to
an
do with
interesting.
that.
That's an interesting point you bring up. So, what's gonna end? So I suspect you want some time to look through the data logs. And as you're looking, do you decide to look through the logs or?
I'm just gonna see if there's, because I'm not the best at computers. I'm gonna just sort of see if there's enough. If it looks like there's enough data there, like if it's like 4 days. Because if it's only like 2 hours worth of data recording, I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. This ain't enough.
It seems like there is, but like there's like a there's an audio and then a text log about what happened, like a sort of like a captain's log, day
69.
Friday,
Oh no.
69th
Day
of Space June. But you know,
June the 9th.
Expedition.
but so there's one of those, and just scanning through it, you would. Do you want to just sort of scan?
I'm just gonna
through
give
idly,
it a
or-
brief because I'm not the best.
Would you like me to review the data?
I'm gonna sort of look through it really quick before I
mean,
hand it
I'm-
off to someone who knows what they're doing.
I'm pretty high in physical science.
Okay, so just scanning through it, you do notice the file size is probably big enough to sort of say, hey, yeah, it's been here for this is enough to sort of match up the time when they have gone, in this like a week or so or more, just by that. But it's scanning through it. There are sort of large gaps where captain goes down into the rock for this many days. Returns with this. We're attacked with dogs. This happened. We fend him off. Captain goes down further. She doesn't send back a report. Captain goes down further. And there's like dates of reports from other people, like Ensign Ricky goes down with them. Ensign Ricky does not return. Things like that. Where there's time missing that the captain or other away teams have gone down to this asteroid to do, and they haven't reported. Their reports are not in this log. This log just seems to be what the ship itself is doing, not what's going on in the rock.
So my AI chimes in and impresses to me that this lady her action seems suspect, and she assumes that when she was going down, these were sacrifices instead of scientific journeys.
Oh boy.
Are you able to verify if the goblins were there during the reports? They didn't just show up and say they're actually part of.
You still have the
I
reports?
hand it to you.
Oh,
I sort of
okay.
look through it and just sort of-
I don't know.
Seems to be in order.
Should I check my sciences?
Well, you see that there's names listed,
Mm-hmm.
and he says that his name is one of the names on there. Like it's if there's a group of guys, and a guy named Dave is supposed to be there,
Right.
and then a guy says, "Hey, I'm Dave."
Usually there's a profile, though, like a psychological profile, like crew
Of each employee, yeah.
manifest, so it would have some more information about the individuals there.
That's in the not the captains, but the just the science officers. The captain would have
So the crew manifests aren't there.
Yeah, you would know that the captain would have that as well. You would know that that's basically Since it is very, very private information, somebody's hopes and fears and dreams and their whole psychological profile, if a doctor can bring that with them in a small, very portable chip, they will. The only reason it's not brought with them or left in a very secure place nowadays is because that's a lot of data just going to bring around with him.
What about like a name tag? Because like, if the goblin's saying, "Oh yes, I'm Steve," but if we look at like the name tag or whatever, it's like, if Steve was like a human and then that guy's a goblin, it's gonna be like, wait a minute.
Well, like, okay, so my name tag my name card that I have from work, right?
Hang on. I have the
Never mind.
captain's crew or the captain's audio logs, right?
Not the captains, no. You have just the ships. What's going on there?
But it contains like audio of her like doing meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like briefings. Can I sense her motive there?
What do you mean?
I'm looking for any irregularities in her actions. Like over the time that they were here, I'm looking for any like mood changes or anything like that. So like I said, my impression from my AI has been that this lady was nefarious, and I trust my AI on nefarious type stuff.
Yes, but I want to ask this side because this has been going on for a bit. I want to ask this side: is there anything else the three of you are doing for right now while this is going on?
First of all, I forget how stamina points are regained.
They are
How do we-
regained during a rest period, during a short or long rest.
Mm.
We haven't taken one yet.
Correct. And you all have been doing things actively, whether it's repairing parts of the ships, cleaning out all the dogs and whatnot. So these few hours that have passed by wouldn't count as a short rest period, because you've all been fairly active.
Okay. And then also, if we talk, is dude over here gonna hear any of what we're saying?
Yes.
He's watching us constantly and listening constantly.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that we can go where they won't hear us?
We could probably
Probably back to your ship, since it's like lashed to it. It's not like a very far walk either.
We're gonna just go have a conference. We'll be back. We're just gonna have a conference. That's not gonna look
Totally not
suspicious.
much either, dude.
Because
go check our cargo.
okay.
Alright, good chick on Hank.
Because we can discuss other options.
Alright. Is the option to take care of him.
Well,
Oh no.
the only thing holding us back from taking the ship and collecting our reward.
Whoa, wait, stop talking. Remember, if you discuss this to him,
Yeah.
he can't hear you.
No, we were gonna discuss that. We would go
Okay.
to our ship.
I have to keep you guys honest.
So-
So,
What he's saying
Yeah.
is this an internal monologue to yourself, or is this you actually saying something? You need to clarify that.
yeah.
I mean, unless it's out of character, because
if you guys are
me
making
discussing it.
if you guys are making plans what to do in the game, and then having that say, okay, I'm out of character for that, that's kind of metagamey. Like that's like a lot metagamey. So any plans that you guys make. In the game right now, I would need you guys to do that in character. But go on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to distinguish if you're just
Wait,
thinking to yourself,
Oh, well, I meant
or
we
if you're
like sort of all touch hands.
you know,
talk
you're-
telepathically.
conveying this to us,
Yeah,
because
but
we
what's
have
that
to
mean?
take our
What's that
actions
mean?
based on what we
Yeah,
actually
can we talk
see and hear.
telepathically?
No.
What are you doing?
Oh, and let's. You've got something for that.
Yeah, and I'll say, hey guys, let's all huddle up real quick and pray to Abadar. Everyone link hands. Everyone, no, grab my hand like
He's gonna do a sense
her
motive.
air bud.
He's doing a sense motive.
We can sense mode all you want.
Yeah, but like it's sort of like, okay, we're just gonna huddle up here and talk about church stuff. Alright, so we're gonna fucking kill this guy. You know?
Well,
but he got rolled kind of low on that one, so he's going to be very alright, it's probably I'll just keep eating these peanuts out.
Alright. Well, then if we're doing that, so what I was gonna say, the only thing holding us back from taking this ship back and collecting our reward for recovering the ship is him. So,
Well, I mean,
like, fuck his captain. What if we just either get him to come out, enter the room, and get rid of him, and then bring the ship back?
I don't know. That sounds pretty immoral, Lizard Murder Face. Like, it'd be one thing to loot a ship if they're already dead, but to kill a To kill
Where are they?
to kill a worker.
But our mission wasn't to recover their weird captain
Yeah, you just
in
said
a crater.
find out what happened. What happened was they could have died. We don't have to
I mean,
discuss much
most
more.
of their crew, Karen,
guys,
burnt up.
I'm gonna have to give a hard no to killing an innocent.
Perhaps we could.
I mean, granted.
But we've already killed so many innocents.
Okay, that
What's
was
one
that was
more?
you, and you. You're gonna bring up
He
that.
says petting his.
I mean, also, that was from what I was told. That was a bad situation. I was knocked out for most of that because of all the, it was sort of a reaction thing. But if we keep if we knowingly attack them, I'm not gonna be able to support that action. Probably have to stop you. But
We're also here just to determine who owns the drift rock.
yeah, we're just doing that. And
Look, this is a really fine ship, and I'd really like to have this ship.
well, listen, I
And
would
think
really
of
like
it-
to be the head of Abadar Corp, but I can't just go to the corporate
And
office
if
and shoot the guy in the face.
if we bring
But-
it back,
yeah.
then maybe we'll
But if
have
you
money
could-
to buy a ship.
You probably would.
could we?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean,
you-
you would
I don't,
if you could.
I don't think I would.
If there were no negative repercussions aside from your conscience, you wouldn't?
Now,
I mean, Abadar would look unfavorably upon me, and that's sort of counter to the whole
now,
thing.
don't you want your own bathroom on your own ship?
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna earn that through good deeds and hard work. I'm not gonna earn it through being a scoundrel.
If I may, maybe we could convince this guy to join us. I mean, he's kind of the last of his crew, right? And as far as from according,
Okay, but even if we do, also this is still.
I'm just saying it's a
Why would you
suggestion.
want to join us, though?
I know. I don't know why
What
you
are
would
the
want to join
salvage
us.
rights if we do take over the ship?
I mean, salvage rights are.
I mean, you know Abadar Corp, laws and stuff and regulations you have to follow. What are the laws regarding salvage?
I mean, salvage is if you find a ship and
Right.
everyone's dead on it.
And
That's
we've
that's
found it
different.
with everyone dead. Right?
There's still one live crew member.
Right. So if he were to hold on, if he were to leave, we would be okay.
I
I didn't say that.
I mean, even if we just sort of, made him believe, it's still, it's different if, everyone's dead, because, that's different, but we can't just, shenanigans our
It's
way out of
different
it.
to
Listen,
maroon someone. There's nothing wrong with marooning someone, right?
there is.
There is. Yeah.
Basically murder.
Yeah.
Well, he
It's-
talked
it's
about all
murder
sorts of mutinies
in
with his
space.
previous crew. I can't trust this individual.
What if we?
You're putting our lives at
What if we
risk.
persuade him
I'm
to
gonna send you
recover
a
the
message
captain?
of what your AI is telling you right now.
Okay.
I mean, listen, if
Because
his
he's
actions are his own,
Because he
all I
could
know is I will not
recover.
condone such.
He could recover his own captain.
Listen, I will not go further down this line of questioning whether we're going to murder an innocent.
I didn't say murder. I
Murder
said
or-
maroon.
That's
persuade.
murder with extra steps.
In degrees of crew safety, I know this. You know this. Degrees of crew safety can and give you the right to maroon. Oh, sorry. It gives us a right to maroon someone.
No.
You don't have to take them if they're a risk to the
We
crew.
can also just leave. We have our own ship.
We're doing what we need to do.
It wasn't like
Let's just go home.
Chester Nor didn't hire
Doesn't
us.
tell you.
It was something where he said, "Hey, if you're going that way, can you do this?" I feel like if it's too dangerous, we can always just leave. But
Yeah,
I
let's just
don't
go.
condone just outright murder. I mean,
Yeah,
I
let's just
didn't
go
say
home.
murder. Maroon.
that's murder with extra
No,
steps.
maroon has to do with the crew safety. 100%. You're the only one that doesn't see that. I don't understand that. You're our captain. Our safety is dependent upon you.
But move him where?
And also,
we need
think of
space
all-
and death.
We're
Think of all
actually
the
just
money.
leaving him with his crew. I mean, he assumes his crew is still alive down there. He just needs to join them.
But
And
still,
we can send people back for them.
according to the laws that you
Then we would know what happened with the crew. We know that they're all together. They can be recovered, and we can take the ship.
and
You
he'll
know-
be right next to the other logs up, and then he never returned.
and if I know anything about Abadar, he loves money.
We would be doubling our profit or quadrupling. I don't know how much more valuable is the ship than the container that we just picked up.
Wait, let me.
If we have the
one of those
container and the
pamphlets.
full ship, do you understand how much Abadar is blessing you there?
Let me have one of those pamphlets. I think I should look it over.
Yeah, I mean, I've sent you all a digital copy of the bill.
Oh yeah,
I got one when
Let
he
me
first
pull it up.
Send you daily quotes.
Yeah, I thought you all my daily Abadar inspirational messages.
I do.
Which hurts because apparently you're not reading them.
That's how I know so much about
You know
Abadar.
that this is
If we could ensure that the crew was safe down there.
it's still marooning. Listen, we're better than this. We need to find if we
She's
can
been
figure
down
out-
there outside of contact for how many days?
4 days.
Four. Listen, I'm not saying we have to. I'm not a fool. I'm not saying we have to. Throw ourselves fully at everyone who needs any sort of help. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to support killing this goblin just for this. I'll actually have to try to stop you if you're gonna just be like a murderer. But what I'm saying is, we got what we came for. If we feel like we can help or should help, that's up to us. But we can also just leave. We got the mystery box for Nor. We've got preliminary data. We could tell Chester that we found the ship. There's a very paranoid goblin crew member still on there.
I still think you're putting our crew in terrible danger by leaving.
Or
this guy
you
here
could
with us.
go hang out with Hank for a while and
They
we
shot
can,
us. They blew a hole in the ship already. He took control of the bridge. He threatened to throw us out. Threatened to airlock us. Take security measures against us. This guy's threatened us several times and even tried to kill us in some cases. I don't think he can be trusted.
I say we just go home.
you can.
Well,
you can-
I want to go home too, but I want to take this ship with us. There's no point in leaving the ship. There was already someone that tried to take the ship already.
I think she would just.
If we don't take it, someone else will. We can't leave him here with it. And
It'll only last a
this
couple
ship can
more
tow.
weeks.
This ship can tow ours. Ours can't tow it.
in a couple weeks, the ship will be vacant.
We can also tell Chester where his ship is and his crazed goblin.
We don't have long range communications.
I mean,
from
our ship
this one.
does. I just talked to.
It would be a shame if long range communications didn't work on our ship either.
I just talked to Gelvrisk Nor.
Now he's threatening you, Captain. How long are you going to let this insubordination go on? This is driving me insane.
I don't know
He's been
what you're talking
consumed
about.
by space dragon greed. How long will you let this insubordination go on?
Well, I also like a ship.
He won't throw me off. He's already made his stance clear.
Nobody
about
said throw
marooning.
you off.
Listen, y'all need to chill the fuck out right now. Listen, you've obviously got some. You two have got some sort of space madness going on right now.
I don't know, Space Master. You're the one that has space worms in him.
Oh, the space worms are influencing him. He can't be trusted. We need to quarantine him in our ship.
I don't think I've told you about the soul worms. I think it's something where I got bit and I was like, that hurts real
I
bad.
think one of you guys was close to you when it happened, right?
I watched him go in.
Yeah, but they don't know. But they're not magic people, so they don't know about the whole. They just think, oh yeah, I got this one.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Basically, it's like as far as they know, I have a tapeworm.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
You have to raise your hand, you just cut in.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just kind of let my hand go, and I just go walk back to the ship, tell Hank that I'm coming aboard. The others will come soon, because this is just a madness train, and when the madness explodes, I'd rather be in a ship that could actually just go.
Out of sight, out of mind. Let's continue.
This is how you get mad views for your live streaming arguments.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not
well, also
recording
it's all
this.
telepathic. So even if he wasn't
Oh,
at a
that's
camera,
right.
it would just be us sitting here, just like, and then me going, and then Crane going, and then you going,
And then me going,
and then Karen just going beep boop because she's a robot. Telepathic.
not even part of this. She's like, what are they doing?
Dispense
Spits out.
more tab.
Yeah,
Probably just throw some more
I think I've said.
tab at the wall.
I think I've said how I feel on this. I don't think we're gonna come to an agreement on this.
I mean, I'm siding with Krang.
I'm glad that you value the crew's safety over everything.
Oh god!
So you can also just leave.
Yeah.
Also, just leave. We completed our mission.
So you want to leave him? Hold on, let me get this straight. You're completely comfortable
If we leave him, he'll
leaving
die.
him here alone, completely exposed, left to die, basically, but you're not okay with taking the ship, the most valuable asset here,
Well, I mean,
and taking it back to potentially its original owners,
Well-
though I think we should keep it for ourselves based on the trouble we've gone through. You've been bitten already. We had you guys near death. Near death. Do you not remember seeing Abadar's face as you were bleeding out?
She sends you another message.
yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, so I think
Does this ship even have weapons on it?
Yeah,
It's got an arm.
Yeah.
yes, it was a grappler.
Is it better than ours?
You could make a fist and punch other ships.
Maybe.
This ship doesn't even.
Actually,
seem,
yes, they would be better.
this ship just seems mostly bigger than ours, not necessarily better.
And I mean, I think
you
it does.
would actually know that there are more weapons on the ship, so yes, it could outgun your ship.
Faster.
Who's to say? For that, you haven't really done any checks. to
I
know.
have.
Um,
I would know that.
That's why he wants
I
it.
worked on the engines.
it is fast. It's faster.
I don't have
okay.
to share that. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
one, you guys don't really have a ship.
That's 100% what I've been saying.
Right
Yes,
now.
yes, we don't.
The ship that you guys.
We
That's why
borrowed
you
a
need
ship
your
to
own
come
bathroom
here.
in your own ship.
I'm just suggesting that we get something that we desperately need, which is a ship, out of this situation.
The ship that you guys are
It seems
borrowing,
almost like Abadar is blessing us with this
the ship that
situation.
you guys
Yeah,
are
'cause we
borrowing does not
destroyed
have
my
a drift
ship.
drive, while this one does.
But the drift is scary. I don't want to go there.
So that would mean that it is infinitely faster than you get the ship that you're borrowing. It does outgun it, and it is more capable. And it also has a fully stocked science officer quarters,
and it's got
engineering
cafeteria.
quarters, cafeteria.
Full shadow dogs.
And okay, so
We slept.
We
most
only
of
need
them
to
out.
No, the well,
We only need to figure out how to deal with the Shadow
well,
Dogs.
one thing we can do, gentlemen, is we could talk to Chester Norm. I'm assuming since he's the head of the company of the Hard Scrabble Collective, he would have administrative passwords that he could transmit over to the ship that we're renting, and through there if it's technically his ship, if he deems that we need to take control of it for the mission, then if he gave us access, if the rightful owner gave us access to the ship, that's fine.
I got a proposition for you, and Abadar may be pleased. If we bargain with Chester to go down, find the crew, and come back, at least find out if they are alive down there. Come back, will he allow us to take the ship for ourselves?
That's up to him.
That's what I'm saying. I want you to propose that to him if
Okay.
we're going to contact him.
Well, I'll
You can let him know the situation.
I mean, like
that
I
right
said,
now the
I'm-
crew is at least
I just want you. I'm not against
not all
having a
accounted
ship.
for. Don't
I'm
disclose
just
much.
saying. I'm just saying. Outright murder is not is not. I don't feel
never
comfortable
catch
doing
money.
that. Yeah.
I'm
As
not-
the kids these days say, it's not.
I understood
ethical
that
way.
from our first conversation. None of my suggestions currently have been to murder beyond maroon. Marooning is different. Again, that comes down to crew safety. I don't feel safe with this goblin. I mean,
Let's-
he's a menial little crap. But like, if we
That's a little racist.
I'm fine with.
well, I mean, my experience with goblins,
Lizard murder face. How you would be
considering the last goblin tried
murder?
considering the last goblin tried to shoot me in the face, I think I'm okay and justified in thinking.
No, whoa, lizard murder face. You would be okay with murder. Next, you're gonna tell me that people go on the internet and tell lies.
And he
What about
shouldn't.
Wyoming is a real place?
But no, I mean, if we can up the compensation package to the actual ship, I'm willing
I mean,
to take more risk and find out what happened with
Like
this crew.
I'm good with that. If we can bargain for that, I'm okay. Just not. We're not murderers. I'm not a murderer or a thug. Well, if we're gonna get the ship, we're gonna do it the proper way, the Abadar way.
The main issue is we still haven't figured out who should have the drift rod.
Well, listen. Let's contact Chester Nor and get him out. Let's go to our ship that we're renting. He probably can't hear us in there.
Don't give away our position.
Well,
I don't trust Chester yet.
I mean, he seems like when I was talking to him, he seems like
I'm
a solid.
asking you as a friend.
He seems like a solid dwarf.
I'm asking you as a friend. Don't deal.
Okay, I won't tell him.
I don't trust these big corporation types. How do you think I ended up on Weird Planet?
Astral Extractions is the big corporation.
Yeah.
The other one Chester's part of is like a small one.
Yeah, it's a smaller. It's
It's
I don't trust these corporations.
it's like the difference between how Harmon's has a bakery and then like how like I'm
Wonder
assuming
Bread?
Schmitz has a bakery.
Yeah, so as distractions, they'll backstab us and they won't feel bad. But if Chester backstabs us, maybe he'll feel a little
Well,
bad.
because remember, I mean, this is more out of game, but I remember that wicked cool sense motive check when he was talking to us, and he seems like on the up and up. But as I say, no, I feel like he's an honest sort of fellow. You know, his word is his bond.
I know Astral Distractions are gonna screw us over at some point. That's
Yes.
just
Besides Abadar Corp, all corporations should be looked upon, with a pinch of salt, except for Abadar Corp, the goodliest of corporations.
they've truly done no wrong
Agreed.
as far as that.
Like our targeting software that won't
All
let
right,
you shoot
we
kids
need
or
to make a
cops.
phone call then,
All right, so let's go back to our ship.
Oh, it's touching us.
or extranet space
Yeah.
transmission.
So yeah, let us go back to our ship.
When we get in the ship, I spend just all the close amount of time I can to check the Eoxine Ambassador's artifact.
Okay.
It's nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I just feel like home.
So after we do our little telepathic wah-wah, I just sort of we break and then we just
And I say, in the name of Abadar, amen.
That was a
Hey.
long prayer.
listen.
Let's all go to the ship and close up the airlock for now.
Yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna go to our ship. We're gonna contact some people, see what we can do to help you out, and also we're gonna see if our ship is able to go down and help your captain out.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
I'll be here. Waiting.
Okay.
Oh, before I leave, I'm just gonna power down the power core so you can't just take off.
Okay.
Life support will still be up, but
Okay.
not. It's been limited.
And you're leaving the ship, right?
Well, we're getting back on our ship because they're still connected,
We're so that we can communicate.
Okay.
So
and then we're gonna go back to our ship.
Okay. You guys go back to your ship. Okay. And so yes, Hank is there. He looks at you all before you go in.
Gotta give Hank a big ol' hug.
Like he looks at you through the window thing.
Oh,
He counts you.
Hank.
How many are with you?
The crew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Karen.
Oh, yeah.
How many are there? I got it.
Oh, that's the Hank I know and love.
one.
It's just
6.
just
3.
six.
There's 2 shadow dogs on there that are still alive
Where?
in the cafeteria.
Oh, well.
We closed them in.
Oh, in. Come, all of you. He opens the door. He has his pistol trained on the outside. He sort of opens up his body's not in the way. And Alfion quickly looks out and shuts the door real quick and locks it.
You know, Hank, I admire your determination to be very secure with our ship. I just want to say thank you.
He says something in his native tongue and he quickly stops himself.
I'm versed enough to communicate that. Sorry, I'm flowering it up a little bit, but that's what I conveyed to him.
Well, in his native tongue, he starts to say, "Glad to be a help," and he stops. Thank you.
I like
You're welcome.
the cut of your jib, Hank.
It's almost like if
the
you're
cut
still
of your
used
jib.
It's almost like if you're still used to speaking Spanish, and then you're like, "Oh, I gotta talk German," and then
Yeah.
Well, it would be the opposite.
he doesn't like poop though.
So you guys heard him say thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, after we're all back on the ship, I'm gonna fire up the old communications array so I can talk to Chester Nor.
Okay.
Ring ring. ring ring. Ring ring.
I hope you
Ring
have.
ring.
I hope
No,
you.
no, that's the dwarf. Sorry.
Okay.
No, wait.
Well, I hope you got some good information.
Hey Chester. So yeah, we there was a lot of weird spectral dogs on your ship. Weird question. Do you guys ever traffic in those?
Well, what kind of spectral dogs? I don't really.
They're I describe them they're weird and they're shifting.
Give me a life science check.
Life science. That's a unnatural 20.
Okay, however you describe them right now, you do it to me.
Yeah.
Your character does a good, serviceable job describing
Yeah.
them too. Chester.
Yeah. They're always canid shaped, but they're kind of shifting. Their colors warble. They just bite. That's all they know is bite.
Well, describing them, and he sort of he lifts his hat and rubs the top of his head. Well, describing them, they don't seem like any sort of creature that I would deal with or that nobody I know would deal with here. But each captain is the captain of their vessel.
Yeah. Also, there's bees. Like barrels of bees.
Well,
Yeah, like space
yeah.
hornets.
again, each captain is the captain of their own vessel, whatever duties they do, as you go ahead and interrupt me, talks aloud, like, don't interrupt me, what's wrong with you? Whatever duties they do, they're still their own captain, and their ships would deliver their own cargo. But the first thing, that doesn't sound like anybody's mind, this captain's manifest would certainly know more.
Speaking of, the captain's been missing, been over 4 days overdue. That they were marooned on the drift rock for a while, and apparently she's 4 days overdue, and they've been there about a week.
We're suspect that they're not alive.
Yeah, and there was a 4 goblins left on the ship.
Goblins.
2.
Well, no, there's 3 in that room, and then 1 in the that locked himself in the captain's chamber.
In the room?
No, because
only
there
2.
no, there was.
There was only 2.
I don't know, there was 3.
One is not alive.
Well,
there was an altercation. We were attacked by another party. In the crossfire, one was killed.
There were 3. Hang on. There was one that was already dead before you guys got there.
Okay,
There
well, I
was one
didn't
that
know
died
that we were
in the
counting that one,
altercation, and then there was the one that stopped there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Sorry. There were only 2 alive.
And there was one that was crammed into like if you throw a beach ball now.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, so like so there's a goblin who's locked himself in the captain's quarters.
Goblins.
Yeah, I don't know if he hired.
I mean, I don't have any discrimination, but goblins.
Do you have goblins on your crew?
We have goblins. Yeah, I don't see why not, but
Okay.
it might have been some news. I know she mentioned picking up some stragglers for work. I'm not sure if that was them.
Yeah, but
She mentioned they were small folk, could have been goblins, halflings, Yasaki. She did mention she's picked up a few small folk for extra hands, but hell, I just didn't know they were goblins.
yeah, and so she's been gone for days, and he's been barricaded. We think he may have a touch of space madness. We're wondering if there's any sort of, as the head of the Hardscrabble Collective, if you have any sort of administrative password you can hand over us to give us control of the ship, so we could, try to contact her further, because we have some preliminary data that the Goblin gave us, but he said that there's information that he does not have access to.
Did you catch his name?
No, he was very hush about that.
Well, it's understandable. However, as I mentioned before, I wouldn't call myself these folks the leader. We all work together. I just have to pick a ship on the flotilla. However, and I've been here the longest. However, the captain herself, she would have, the logs and the keys to her little kingdom. To this little empire we've carved out for ourselves. But if you do, I don't have any, say, rulership over someone else's vessel.
So right now, the vessel was in the sole proprietorship of the captain.
That will be the case, yes, sir.
So the captain's not here, presumably dead.
Oh.
So we by salvage rights, actually would have rights to take the ship. Now we can bring back the cargo to you, or we can try and find out what happened with your crew.
Well, no, I wouldn't go on to salvage the ship quite yet. I'm sure the families of her and her crew would believe that belongs to them. And he sort of like looks over his shoulder for something that's out of frame. He talks quieter. Nah, I'm not one to judge you and your folks, but the families of her and her crew, they would definitely want their, whatever portions of the sell-off of the ship would be. But as things are right now, I believe, as ship's rights go, they will fall into whoever, the command of the ship would fall into the rights of whoever is still alive on that vessel on time of its excursion. That would be your goblin friend. But once he is gone, I suppose there wouldn't really be any other ownership since you're all out. I'm not familiar with ship law too much, but I do know that most of the spoils, along with the rightful owner of the ship, well, or close approximation to it, would be whoever is there Sort of like finding a money clip.
Right.
The right thing would be to bring it back to her family and their families.
Well, like I said, we don't have a problem bringing back the cargo, and if that's used for compensation to the families, we understand.
But legal ownership would fall to your goblin friend, since he is
Right.
the last remaining crew member.
Yeah, we're just wondering if because we have some data, but it's the whole of the drift rock that, if you have anything that could help us get more access to the ship, then, I mean, it is a pretty big...
I would recommend going onto the rock itself, but that's just me.
Because, like I said, I'll leave this here on our ship. Hopefully that goblin doesn't blow us up, and I just sort of leave the little data thing he gave us, sort of on the table, in our comms room on that ship. Hopefully nothing happens to us.
If you send it to me here, I could look through it to see what other information I could find. And I'd be happy to do what I can to make sure this whole debacle is cleared up. If you were to send that info to me.
Alright, well,
Is that what Karen says? I love it.
You're giving them a lot of data. I would make sure that we get everything else in order first before we... I mean, our mission here isn't done. I'd like to send you complete information before we send anything else.
yeah, we won't want to get your hopes up of, if this preliminary data would just show that, yes, you legally do have ownership of the drift rock. I would hate to get your hopes up, maybe have you start making any investments, and then...
Or find out your crew mutinied and try to sell it off to someone else. That'd be a shame.
He gives the two of you a knowing look. Since the ones that are communicating with the most, he gives this mainly to you two. He gives you two a knowing sort of look and a nod. And I hope that the 5 of you, 6 of you, he sort of regards Hank, and 7 of you regards Karen. Hope that the 7 of you could find it yourselves to do the right thing. But I understand.
Alright, well, I just wanted to give you an update of where we are on that. We'll keep you posted.
All right.
Hopefully your crew is safe, but it does not look good.
He waits for a second after he sneezes. So yes, that is what he tells you. The gist of the conversation, to recap, the ownership of the ship, it first goes to the goblin, and then secondarily it would go to whoever is commissioned on that ship. But that's the legal way of things. However, the morally correct thing to do goes to the last remaining crew member on the ship during its excursion, like during the start of its excursion, and then whoever the captain says, and then the wealth of the ship would be parceled out to the family.